Welcome to the exciting episode of DC Universe Online. I'm Water Tips. Of course, my online game PSN is Action Man 2010. Today, I believe like last week, or the end of last week, we did basically a style or creation of character of Batman, classic Batman. So now I'd like the opportunity, and this is a very, very good thing that you're watching this video, and if you are, make sure you subscribe and like it, on the how to make a classic Superman. And this is 100%, pretty much looks 100% Superman. It's not very hard to make, especially since this new Death Superman parts are out. The new 80th anniversary album is out, so all you need, what you need is that to begin with. Actually, to start out with, he's a hero. He's, of course, my mentor for him is Wonder Woman. You might have Superman himself or Batman, but mine is Wonder Woman, so it really doesn't matter on that. As far as movement goes, you want flight. I have some people use super speed, even acrobatics and stuff like that, believe it or not. But flight's probably the most iconic look for him. Personality, you want powerful. Some people pick, I want to say, it's serious look. The serious look where he stands his arms to the side, like a little more tense look. But I use powerful. And the weapon is brawling that you use for him. That's pretty much it for that. As far as the hair go, you want black. So for hair, like this, black. If you need the number for his hair, it's just basically all zeros. I mean, it's not really hard to do. For the eyes, it's blue, 003370 if you need the code for it, but you're most likely not going to see the color's eyes all the time. I don't usually see it, only if ever on certain color patterns in different worlds. You might see it more, but it doesn't show up all the time. Anyway, it's that. For the skin, I got 994E3A. Again, that's 994E3A for the skin. And let's go back to the styles quick, then we'll get back to the colors. So you can see it just has his hair there. For the hairstyle, you want Rockford style, like so, Rockford. I have seen people use the new Troy. I've seen people use the I want to say it's the hair that kind of sticks up a little bit. I can't think of the name offhand, but I think it's the Jimmy. This look, the Jimmy style. But the most popular hairstyle I've seen, in my opinion, is this one, the Rockford style. You want this Rockford style haircut. There is one called the Pomp, which he has a little hair sticking up the top. Looks like people use that because it looks like his curl. But the best one is the Rockford one. Anyway, that's his hair. Moving on to the face style, there is none, of course, unless you want to use a mix of eyes. But if you just want the regular classic look without making his eyes look hot and everything, like he says, heat vision, you want to just leave it the way he is. As far as the shoulders go, there's none. So this is a classic style look. I've never seen him in the shoulder style as far as I know. People probably used it, I never did. And here, of course, is the emblem. Now this is something that I want to explain. The emblem is very important if you want the classic one. Now, today is still, I believe, is June, late in June. I'm not sure of the day. I know it's on a Monday, but the Death Superman anniversary event, based on celebrating the Death Superman anniversary event, does have the 80th anniversary emblem, as you can see that I'm wearing. Which is the classic emblem that just came out this past month, and it's on the second part right now. We're still waiting for Superman Part 3. Now, this emblem is only available for a limited time. You can only get it till December, I believe. I don't want to know exactly the day offhand, but it does say it's only available till December, and then they're going to take it out. So if you want to make this classic Superman look the best you can make him, you might want to get this emblem. It's available for tributes, 150 tributes in the vendors outside this instance here, which is Doom Metropolis, or outside the instance in the Watchtower outside as a vendor. They can get the emblem. It's called the 80th anniversary emblem. You also get a feat for collecting it, and that's what the emblem you need. Also, too, there is another emblem that I did acquire back in 2015, which is the Death Superman, Batman vs Superman. This one right here you have highlighted, and that's the one that came out. Everybody's been using. Quite a bit of people did not get this emblem because of the fact that they only had it in the game for about a month or so. They took it out, or a few months, so that was no longer available. I don't know if they'll be bringing it back anytime soon, unless there's any kind of like movies coming out. I don't know. But for right now, you want to have basically what the one you want to have is the Superman 8th anniversary emblem, which is this one right here. Specifically called the Superman's 8th anniversary emblem. Now that one I just had to make a little more of a speech on it because I know that the emblem is the hardest thing for him to collect to make it look like this. But thank God they were able to make it possible for everybody. I do think Daybreak for making it possible for everybody to play this game to get this classic emblem because people have been wanting it for more than a few years. I myself definitely wanted it. Now I have it, and now you can have your own as long as you follow these directions on how to make Superman or classic one. Anyway, moving on to the hands. He does not have any hands. Of course, he just wears the regular chest piece that exposes his hands. Now, for the waist, this one, there's a few various ones. I've seen people use a Green Lantern one. I've seen people use the skull belt from the beginning. But now that the Year 3 content has come out, the one you want to use is the Quick Suit. The Quick Suit belt is the closest you can get to looking like Superman's belt. It's got the it's got the buckle that's brown just like his. It's got the loops on the side. Now the only thing about this one is if you don't like the fact that you cannot use the red on the loops like he usually has, then you may want to use like a different one, like the skull one. But this one just looked the closest. There's no way you can make the red loops on his Superman belt look red. I've tried it. It's not possible, so you can only make it all yellow. But it does look pretty close. It's not that big of a deal. If you do want to get it to look red, you can use the skull belt. But this is probably the closest you can get to having the Superman classic look that he has. And that's that one. Now for feet, this is something I changed around, and then I finally realized that most of my characters have the iconic classic look, like Batman and Wonder Woman. They all have one. So I decided to go with the tall classic boots. This is the one that he wears because even though they're the oldest, anybody can get this style. It's actually available in the War Room in the feet fender, where you go where the sparring targets are. This is actually where this one's available at, as well as the new Genesis, I believe. But the new Genesis, unless you use the create mode, you have to unlock it somehow in the game. But definitely the new Genesis easy to get. The feet's easy to get. The chest piece, we're going to use a Stalwart Defender. It's more for like maybe a new 52 look or any other kind of Superman look you're looking for, or maybe your own. But I have to stress, I can't stress any better that the tall classic is definitely the boots he wears. As you can see, he's got a little V shape on top of the boots. That's the iconic look that he has. So it's really the best boots you can really use for him. If you don't like the boots, you can use your own. But this is all about making him look like the classic original Superman. Remember, basically the one we all know him to look like. So that's what we're going for. Remember that. And then next is the chest. This is what I want to talk about. Now the chest piece is one of the more difficult pieces to really acquire beside the emblem, because the emblem wasn't always available until just now, this past couple months. And unless you have the Superman versus Batman versus Superman emblem, or this one here, to get that in the vendor for 150 tributes, it's going to be very difficult to get these things. Now the chest is Stalwart Defender. Now the Stalwart Defender is a very rare chest piece item. I won't say it's exactly extremely rare, but it's rare enough to where you hardly get drops on it. It comes from the premium lock boxes. Missions you get offhand, you got a DC block.